Hey everybody, it's Delusion Dispeller, and I'm still reeling from yesterday, to be honest with you. And now I'm reeling from the video I just watched. Now, mind you, I was at work today and got a message, couple messages about the whole situation, as it transpired, and I don't even know what to call her. Do we call her Michelle? Do we call her Lisa? I don't know. I'm just going to call her Michelle so everybody knows who I'm talking about, okay? Um, she did write me. She did say, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, is how she put it. Um, I basically wrote her back and said, explain to me, why did you scam all of us? Why did you do this? What was your purpose? Hi, Ria. I didn't get a response, of course, at least not the last time I checked my email. I didn't see anything on there, but I felt like I deserved a response. However, I wasn't anticipating getting one because, as you know, I have psychology degrees. I kind of know what I'm dealing with here, and that's why I wanted to open up this live channel and discuss it with you all. Hi, Tricia. It's easy to just label somebody and say, oh, well, they're a liar, they're a scammer, they're a this or they're a that. But I think you can learn from things that you go through, and that's my intention on opening up this room tonight, this chat. Hang on, y'all. I'm going to be getting dinner for my husband in between because he hasn't eaten yet. But I do want to discuss this with everybody because it's good to talk about things. It's good to learn from things. It's good to hear other people's points of view because maybe they've thought of something you haven't thought of, you know. You don't know until you ask them and talk to them. And I definitely have a point of view on some things that I want to share. So we will. I also found this article type thing that I wanted to read tonight, if I get enough people in here that are interested in hearing it. Hi, Sybil. Welcome in. I just got done watching Herbie Herb's post of Michelle, Mrs. Analyzer's confession, if you call it that. I don't consider anything having been confessed. And my husband was just sitting there kind of shaking his head and thinking, I don't know what he was thinking, but he's kind of like, well, she really didn't say what she was sorry for. She didn't admit anything. So, hi, Susan. So we're all kind of just sitting there going, we're both kind of sitting there going, you're sorry for what? You said, oh, I said I'm sorry, but you didn't say what you did. You haven't admitted to anything. Now, I think what people were hoping she would do is come on, I would think, showing some remorse, maybe some tears. Now's the time to cry, not the time when you're trying to get people's money. Well, unless you're related to like Robert Tilton or something and you have to pour on the waterworks to, you know, garner sympathy or something. But now would be a time to shed some tears and feel sad that you hurt people that trusted you, that you used your son and lied about him. I mean, that's stuff to feel bad about, I would say. I'm not saying she should feel like going and ending her life. That's not at all what I'm saying, and that's cruel to think that about somebody. I know you're angry. I'm angry too. Oh, your sunshine. I did not know that, Trisha, but thank you for telling me. I'm angry too, but I don't believe in making people keep paying for things that they did. When there's a payment that's brought forth, when there's remorse, when there's, you know, contrition and accountability, that's a good thing. But you don't keep on kicking somebody when they're down either. And I'm not saying people are doing that at this point. I'm just saying in general, that's my belief. I don't feel anybody was, well, I won't say anybody. There were some people that were being downright cruel, but those actually were the people that have been cruel to me. So I'm not surprised. You know, cruelty just keeps on going from place to place, person to person, being mean, because that's what cruel people do. But a lot of the people there were just angry, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. They see a young child being brought into something that's dishonest. It's not a good, you know, way to live your life in front of your son, scamming people and lying about it. And then when you're held accountable, just kind of skirting around the issue and not admitting to anything, you know, outwardly, that's not the way to live your life. So It bothered me too watching that. Hi, Edie. Thanks for coming in. Thanks everybody for being here. 12 people. That's awesome. I don't usually get that many people, but honestly, I feel like Michelle scammed me.
She did scam me.
She did scam me and took my people. And I'm not saying, I don't know if she really knew that.
She did it on purpose.
No, that's not what I mean. That part, I don't. How can I say this? My husband's going to jump in because he's going to correct me because he doesn't want me to be deluded here. Diluted, not diluted. Yeah, we're going to cover that one next, Trisha, about whether she realizes what she's done or not and what I think about that. Back when I first met her and she was trying to start her channel, or so she said, I sent people to go and support her because I knew I had a following, you know, and I'm not trying to puff myself up. I'm just being factual here. And I said, just go and, you know, go visit her. She's just starting out, you know, give her some love. Just go in and sit and hear her and whatever. And a lot of people did. And some people really enjoyed being in there. Maybe they were, you know, lonely people. Maybe they were bedridden people. I don't know who they were. They were vulnerable individuals, a lot of them. And some of them were just curious and enjoyed her company, and everybody likes different personalities, so that makes sense. What I didn't realize, of course, was that some of this may have been done intentionally because she knew I was a giving heart and that I was trying to help her, and I would do anything I could to help her get that channel up and running so she could come out of her agoraphobia. And I can't prove that that's the case, but the fact was a lot of my people, I don't like saying it like that, I'm sorry. A lot of the people that watched me went and supported her channel at that point. And I don't feel like I lost, you know, people to her or anything like that. It's not like that. It was never a competition. This isn't about sheep stealing, so to speak, if you guys know what that is from crazy churches that talk like that. But after a while, you know, when I got basically booted off of YouTube, people had come to me and said, don't you realize she did that on purpose? She did that on purpose. She got you kicked off so that she could take your people. She could steal all of us from you. And I was like, what? No, that sweet lady, she wouldn't do that. I really didn't believe she would do that. But it's pretty clear to me that that's how it did turn out, whether it was intentional or not. My husband still says it is, or was, I mean, that she intentionally got me booted off of there so all the attention would go to her. Possibly. I mean, I can't prove that, but it does make sense that that could have been the case. So, and you know, I've forgiven her. I'm not saying I'm running back there or I'm going to start a new chat room with her or anything like that. So don't go jumping all over me and saying, "Oh, honey, you're so vulnerable. Don't get sucked in again." I'm not getting sucked anywhere. And in fact, I pulled away from her about a month ago when I started sensing, and my husband had been telling me all along, this is shady. Something's not right. I get a really bad feeling about her. I pulled away. I pretty much stayed busy. I visited other rooms. As you saw, I did tons of uploads of my own. I focused on my own stuff because after a while, when I would call her, like when I was trying to have this relationship and I felt like, you know, friendship is give and take. I need to give a little. She needs to give a little. I was doing all the giving. It was like I kept calling her and she would say, "Oh, honey, you can call me anytime you want. I'll see your number and then I'll call you back." Well, she did that a few times, but it would take her like 3 days before she called me back. And I would call her and I'd get her stupid answering machine, which, by the way, Michelle, I hate your voicemail. If you're watching this, I hate it. It is the most annoying voicemail I've ever heard. Anyhow, and I've heard lots of voicemails. I just don't like that type of voicemail. It's very cold, and I don't like cold things or people. No, they didn't, Hillary, and probably wouldn't. Anyway, I could ask and see, but I don't want to hound YouTube because I want to keep what account I have left. Anyhow, so where was I going with this? Sorry, I got sidetracked. Yeah, so I kept reaching out to her and I kept waiting for her to call me, and she never called me. And it was like, okay, well, this is just like this friend I had in the past that would tell me we were going to go out and do all this stuff and then stand me up at the last minute. I'm not going to be played for a fool again. So I pulled away. Yeah, I pulled away because she never answered my calls. And she would tell me, oh, just keep calling. I get busy. I sleep in the daytime, so I'll eventually see your number pop up and I'll call you. And then, like I said, eventually she would, but then for a while she didn't. And then what really raised a red flag for me was while I was calling her and reaching out and trying to be my part in this partnership, friendship, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't like super tight or anything. It was whatever it was. While I was doing that, I'm sitting there going, she's not answering her phone. I'd turn the computer on. Guess who's on live? And I'd get ticked off. Like, what? You tell me to call you. I try constantly to call you for days and days, and you can go on live, but you can't return my call. I'm sorry. I felt that was rude. No, I'm not sorry. It was rude. And it was inconsiderate on her end, and it was unbalanced. And when I start sensing that the teeter-totter is tipping way this way, and I'm ending up on the bottom, or about to fly off the top, however you look at it, that's when I get off the teeter-totter. So I got off the teeter-totter, and at that point, she could do whatever she wanted. I didn't know about it. I honestly, all of this stuff that came to a head kind of hit me between the eyes because I'm frozen. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I froze. Because I didn't expect that it was going to turn out quite this way. I really didn't. My husband did. My husband said from the get-go, she doesn't have cancer. How do you know, honey? You're not her doctor. I know, but it's just a sense I get. She doesn't have cancer. I'm telling you, and I don't think a lot of what she's saying is true. So be careful, which I was. Thankfully, I listened to him. I didn't get all wrapped up in the relationship. I've met people like that before. I had a borderline friend. I had a narcissistic friend. Let's just say Michelle has quite a few of the same traits. Okay? At the risk of somebody saying, well, you're not a therapist and you can't diagnose. You're not a doctor. You don't have a degree. Blah, blah, blah. I have 2 degrees. I can diagnose, but I'm not diagnosing. But I am going to tell you some of the traits of a borderline, and then you can decide who fits it and who doesn't, okay? I'm going to share that with you. And then I am also going to share something else with you. Hold on a minute. Sorry, I'm chomping on meat because I'm super hungry. I've been doing really good on my eating plan today. Proud of myself, and just wanted to share that with you. But I am super hungry, so. Oh, let's see. All right, and I actually posted this, if I can find it. It was on Herbie Herb's page. Let me find it. Hold on. Because it was really good. It was very accurate comments, I felt. I think it was on part 2 of her scam video thing. All right. I don't want to play this, so just a minute. No, I don't want it to play. Hang on, y'all. It's going to try to play, and I'm going to have to pause it. Hopefully it won't. Okay, maybe it did pause. All right. I said, whoops. Hang on. Sorry. I'm having some technical difficulties here. Where did it go? Hopefully it posted. Now I can't find it. I mean, it was really good comments too. Really accurate comments. I'm going to check one more thing, guys. Hang in there. I'll be right back. I don't mean to leave you hanging. I really don't. Oh, okay, wait. I was on the wrong one. That's why. Part 1. Is this part 2? Sheesh, I'm having a hard time finding this. I'm looking for the part 2 of the video that I saw. It's got to be it. Anyway, let me see if I can try to remember what I was trying to say. All right, so there were several things that she said that kind of rang bells with me, or buzzers or whatever. Hi, Gloria. Yeah, hi, Linda. You did, you caught me. Well, I had posted something on there, Gloria. If you're able to get to it, can you check and see what I posted on there under Delusion Dispeller? Because that's what I'm trying to put forth here. And you can even copy paste it for me if you want. Because there were a few things she did that caught my ear or eye, or however you want to say it, being that we're online. I'm glad to have everybody here tonight. Thanks for coming on over. Sorry it can't be on YouTube. There's nothing I can do about that right now. Hopefully in the near future. Maybe in March sometime or something. Unless YouTube gets really generous and lets me on earlier. Am I buffering? I'm sorry I'm buffering. That's because I was switching screens. That's why I asked Gloria to go on and see if she could see what I was trying to do. Oh, let me see if I could find it on my tablet here. But there were several things going on that I heard, or, yeah, I did hear, because Analyzer was talking. She wasn't typing. She was talking onto the video. And she was saying some things that raised very big red flags to me and kind of told me, like Britney Spears says, oops, I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby, and you know the rest of it. Yeah, I did it again. I ended up attracting somebody that was toxic. Hi, new person. Hi, Rose. Good to have you. I don't think I've ever seen you on my live, but thanks for coming and joining us tonight. Yeah, I can't seem to see comments on here, so if anybody can post comments for me from a channel, please do. Because they were really good comments, and I meant to copy paste them, and I totally forgot. At any rate, it was basically a lot of blame shifting. When she was confronted, she said, well, nobody tells this other person to apologize or give back the money. That is typical borderline behavior. They cannot accept blame. Narcissists also do the same thing. Yes, I did state that, but there was another comment. I did state, I do love, or she said, I do love Space Angel. That's what Analyzer said, or Michelle, we're going to call her. I said, how can you love someone else when you don't love yourself enough to objectively look at and admit to yourself and those you hurt the truth? You say you believe the Bible, and you know my beliefs as well, and it states, love your neighbor as yourself. You cannot love others till you love and respect you. Very true. That goes for anybody. We cannot love other people until we love ourselves. And people that love themselves do not put themselves in danger of being, having the law called on them. They don't do stuff like that. They don't go around hurting people because they're secure enough in themselves that they don't need to have accolades of everybody else to feel good about themselves. That was a definite problem. Yeah, I did say that. But I also said some other stuff that I'm really hoping Gloria can find, and I'm hoping I did post, because if I didn't, I'm going to kick myself in the tail. I did mention one of them about the, hi Sue, hi Rhea, in case I didn't say hi to you. Sorry if it's redundant and I already said hi to you. Anyway, gosh, I wish I could remember my notes. I'm really frustrated right now. I know you will not talk about Miss G, but she's not being nice to you on lives, just as I thought. Has she said something else about me or something? Because if she did, I don't know. I don't go into her lives. So if I do, I pop in and out. I'm not like there for hours and hours. If I talk to her, it's usually in an email, so. No, this was on Herbie Herb's video, Linda, where he reposted her video. That's what I was talking about. And I can't really read comments on here, unfortunately. Even my own, which really stinks. Because this is a tablet and it doesn't let you do that, I guess. Not good. All right, well, anyway. I'll have to try to think. Hi, Sandy. Welcome in. No, and putting your son in your scheme like that, that's not good. That's really not good. That you shouldn't teach children to be deceitful. That's totally wrong. It's Herbie Herb, HERBYHERB, and just look for Delusion Dispeller. One of my comments on there where I was talking about borderline behavior. Borderline traits, I think is what I put. The thing that said something about borderline traits, and maybe it didn't get posted. Maybe I thought I posted it and it didn't. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to kick myself if that's the case, because I wanted to post it, but maybe it didn't. I didn't hit send or something. Okay, I probably froze there for a minute because I'm trying to multitask here. Sorry. Aw, thanks, Hillary. I'm the same in real life, too. I'm no different. I'm just me. I just wake up every morning, run out the door to my job, come back home, spend time with hubby, do these live shows. Yeah, I don't know, Diane. She said he doesn't know anything about it. Well, I do know I saw a lot of martyr slash pity parties and then hero behavior. She did tell critters, I do love you. I loved you like a mother, critters. And I'm not mocking her to sound mocking. I'm literally making her voice sound like it does. She loved her like a mother. And I'm not saying she didn't really believe that, but a mother would not do what she did. A good mother, anyway. I thought it was part 2, Gloria. I'm almost positive it was part 2 because that was the last one I was watching. So in her mind, she loved her like a mother. That was what my narcissistic friend said to me years ago. Don't you see, Laura? Don't you see, girlie? I was the one that was there for you, not her. I was the one. I took you under my wing. Who was the mother of the group? I was. So yeah, you better believe I was kind of triggered when I heard that all over again. It kind of flashed me back to the old stuff. She's still saying she has pharmacology experience or whatever, some kind of certificate or certification. So I don't know. I can't say whether she does or doesn't. I don't live in her town. I'm not her mama, her doctor, or anything else. I'm not even here to discuss all that stuff, you know, what's true and what's not, because I don't know. I mean, you can bring it up. I'm not going to shut you down or anything. But what I'm talking about is what I always do, which is analyze the behaviors I see and the words that I'm hearing. That's what I wanted to do tonight. And the traits that I see. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? Pharmacy tech. Yeah, pharmacy tech. I don't know what that is. You could get that probably, you know, online, send away for it, I imagine. I'm not belittling anybody's degree, but I guess saying you have cancer and stuff like that isn't very professional either if you are a pharmacy tech and if you do work with the public in a professional setting. It's just shady any way you toss it. It's just not right. I don't think it makes her a horrible person, but it's not going to be easy for her to earn trust of people if she tells them advice and stuff, because they've been scammed and people don't trust people that scam them. Rightfully so, you know. That's fair, Diane. I hear you. Everybody's processing what happened in their own way. I don't hold stuff. I don't hold grudges. No matter what the offense. I mean, maybe if it was a murder or something, it might be different. But for something like this, I didn't give her any money. I feel hurt for the people she did scam, like the ladies that trusted her. Not just for the money, though, for just the mere fact that they trusted her and found a place that was a safe place to go and share with her about their lives and stuff. You know, I know everybody's looking at the money, and yes, that's horrible that somebody takes your money. That's the biggest scam around. I mean, look at the people out in China or India or whatever it is, Africa, where they get into those, internet chat things and scam people. Or the dating scams, I'm gonna move there and be your love of your life, but you need to send me $5,000 to get there, and so I can get my plane ticket. And the scams are out there. This isn't the first scam. What hurts is the personal touch of the whole thing. The fact that she tried to be people's friends. I know, Rhea. And that's what I was sitting there waiting for. Just say you don't have cancer. Just say, okay, Michelle, if you watch this, because I'm sure you probably will at some point, you're probably watching everything anybody posts about you, because if you do have a need for attention, you would be watching it. And also, you're probably just curious to know how everybody's processing things. I haven't changed since you talked. I still have the same sense of humor. I still am being attacked by the haters and the people that don't like me and want to see me shut down and whatever for just being myself. Okay, nothing's changed in that department. So be assured of that. But this is what I would do if it was me. Okay, and it's not me, because I would not do that to people. I would be coming on probably bawling my head off, first of all, and I wouldn't care if they thought it was fake or not. I would hurt for what I did to somebody, and I'd be like, I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, there are no words I can say to get you guys to forgive me, and I don't even deserve forgiveness for what I did to you. I don't know why I did it. I guess I was lonely. I felt like life wasn't worth living, and I had all these ladies just hanging on my every word, and it felt so good that I just was afraid I was going to lose you. So I drummed up this story so I could hold on to you and not lose you, so you wouldn't leave me. And then deep down inside, I knew I was doing wrong, and that when you found out, you would leave me. So I had to keep it going, because that just scared me, the thought that, everybody would just abandon me like that. I've been abandoned all my life, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. That would be a remorseful sounding person that had been found out. That would be how I would handle it. God forbid I never, ever have to be confronted for something that I did that hurt people that bad. But that's how I would handle it. And to say, well, if I cried, y'all would say I wasn't being genuine. I was faking it. But if I didn't cry, I'm danged if I do and danged if I don't. How about try us? You've already heard us. Why not just try us and be real? And don't worry about how people process what you're doing, or if we like you or not, or if we think you're fake or not. Kind of like I do with my lives. When I come on and talk about my degrees and people start messaging me, you don't really have a degree. I know I do. I know I sat there and did all those pages and pages of paperwork. They didn't take my tests for me. I passed that. I walked up there and grabbed that diploma. Just like whether you're a pharmacy tech or whether you're making up stories of hitting your head or not, or whether you are creating these whatever facades of something that's wrong with you that's not. You know that. So even if people didn't believe you, who cares? Come on and tell them, y'all, I am sorry. I did not mean to hurt you. I don't have cancer. I never had cancer. I made the whole thing up, all of it, because I just wanted to have friends, and I thought that was a way to keep y'all here. That's what people are waiting to hear, Michelle. Not all this beating around the bush and skip around the mulberry bush and whatever. Yeah, genuine. Exactly. Genuine. I can't believe she came online either. I don't think I would have the guts to do that, at least not right away. But perhaps she does want attention. Perhaps she has a histrionic issue going on there. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not her therapist. I'm not going to diagnose her. But that is histrionic behavior, when you have to always be seen or paid attention to. How do I know? Because I'm histrionic. But I don't do it in that way. There's a way to handle issues that you have, and there's a way to not, and that is definitely not the way to handle it. Hey, John.